So hello everyone, welcome to our new video. In the previous video I explained that how we are going to do the implementation of graph in adjacency list. In this video I am going to show you that how we are going to write a program in C++, okay. So now let's just not waste any time and let's see here that how we are going to do this. So to be specific, I am going to use an unordered map because the complexity of an unordered map is less as compared to an ordered map here. So here I have created a class called as graph, okay. Inside this I have a map here. Now as I said that in the map we are going to have two values. The first one is going to be the integer value which is going to store the initial node, and the second one will be a list of integers, which means the destination nodes from that particular initial node or that source node, okay. And I have given it as a name as ADJ list, adjacency list, okay. So here I have created a function to add every new pair into the map here. So in this function I have named the function as add edge, and inside this I have three different parameters: integer u, integer v, the source node and the destination node, and along with that I have a boolean variable here as direction, which will be taking the direction as a boolean input of 0 or 1, so that we can figure out that whatever the source and destination nodes are given here for u and v, if it is a directed or undirected graph, okay. So that it will be easier for me to do the implementation. I don't have to write separately a different program for directed and undirected edges. So here if the input here is 0, it means it is a undirected graph. It means if 0 comma 1 comma 0 is entered here, so it means I have to insert here two different edges. One edge here it will be going to be from 0 to 1, and the other one will be from 1 to 0, okay. So this is what I am going to do here. And suppose if the user enters the boolean value, the direction value as 1, as let's suppose 0 comma 1 comma 1. So in this case we are going to have only one edge, that is from 0 to 1. Clear? So this is what we are going to do here. So what is this entire thing going to do? It is going to create an edge from u to v. So how do we insert a pair of values into a map? By writing here the name of the map, then the key here which is u dot pushback v, okay. This is how we are going to enter it. Now this is the initial one. If, as I said, if the user is entering 0 comma 1 comma 0 or 0 comma 1 comma 1, in both the cases we have an edge from 0 to 1. Here also we have 0 to 1. So these edges are in common, they have to be entered. So those edges will be entered here in this line. It is an undirected graph, and in that case the direction value here it will be 0, and if it is 0, so then in that case I have to insert another node. At the key v I have to push back a value here as u into the list. So in this case what we have to do, along with 0 to 1 we have to enter another edge from 1 to 0. So this has to be done every time for every new edge that we are entering here, okay. And here I have created a function here as print adjacency list, and it is going to print the entire adjacency list. Auto node I have taken. So node here it is representing nothing but the entire pair here from that adjacency list. Then here it is going to print the first node dot first means the integer value, this initial value here that we have here, okay. And here as we have node dot second, so node dot second refers to the entire list. So auto neighbor means the neighboring node where our edge is going to, and those neighbors will be printed everything after a comma here, okay. So here at first I have created an object of the graph, and I have named the object here as g, and we have some undirected edges, okay. So how are we going to input those edges here? 0 comma 1 comma 0, from 1 to 2, and then from 0 to 2. So it means we have only three different nodes in the graph, and from every node we are traveling to all other nodes, right. So and what are those different nodes here? 0, 1 and 2, that's it. And then I am printing here print adjacency list, and it is going to print the entire list here. Okay, so now let's just execute this and see how it is working. So here, if these are the ages here, so how it is going to look? We have 0, 1, and here we have 2. It is 0 to 1. It means here we have undirected age. From 1 to 2 we have, and then from 0 to 2 we have, right? Now here if I just look at all the ages, so 0, 1 and 2. So for 0 we have age to 1 and 2, for 1 we have age to 0 and 2, and from 2 we have age to 0 and 1, and the same thing is getting printed here, right? So this is how we are going to do the implementation. Okay, now here if you are getting confused that how are we going to print everything, okay, so now here while creating the list, how did we create a list here? We had a integer value and then a list of values, right? So here we had a map, and inside this map first we had a integer value and then we had a list of integers, right? This is what we had. Now suppose if I just consider in the previous case, if you remember, from the node 2 we had ages to 1 and 0 here, what was getting printed, right, in the console. So this integer value, this is representing to the node 2, and this entire list, it is representing this values 0 and 1 here. Okay, now here if I look at this for loop, this auto node, this node that this node variable that we have, it is representing to this entire thing here. Okay, then this node dot first that we have here, this node dot first is representing to this value 2, clear, and this neighbor that we have, this neighbor, it is representing 1 and 0 at every iteration. This node dot second is the entire list here, and neighbor means at every iteration, at the first iteration it is 1, and at the second iteration it becomes there as 0. Okay, so this is how we are going to do the implementation of undirected unweighted graph using adjacency list. Okay, so now let's see that using the same program, using the same implementation, how we are going to represent a directed unweighted graph. So here I have used the same graph object G here, and then I am calling the function here as add edge, and every time I am passing the same values that I was passing before, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1 and 2, and instead of the direction as 0, I am passing the value here as 1. Okay, and then I am simply printing the entire list. So here this is the same graph which is being represented by this data here. Okay, from 0 to 1 we have an age, from 1 to 2 we have an age, and from 0 to 2 we have another age. If I have to do the implementation, so this is the exact implementation how it is going to be represented, right? From 1 we have a single age to the node 2, from 0 we have 2 nodes going to 1 and 2 here, right? So this is all about the implementation of directed and undirected graph without weights using adjacency list. Okay, if you have any doubts or any questions, you can give us a comment in the comment section. We will definitely get back to you, and if you have liked the video, then please press the like button, because that gives us a motivation to record a new video every time. And in the next video I am going to do the implementation of weighted graph as well. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, then please do subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we are uploading a new video. Thank you, and keep learning.